Okay, 2 days in a row. Sorry, dude. We are on good coffee. Reacher season 3, episode 2, trucking. And it's always weird when we spell IN instead of ING. What's up? What's up? I mean, you write stuff, right? What's up with the
Yeah.
IN instead of ING? Why do people do trucking or like
Well, trucking is like, it's like flagging or, fucking or any one of those things. It's just like a slang term of it. Like I'm trucking,
yeah.
it's an action. It becomes an adverb. So, but yeah, I'm glad you said that too, because I just had somebody ask me, they bought a copy of Slapdash and they were like, what's with all these spelling errors? I'm like, no, that's not spelling errors. That's how people talk in Kansas City.
Yeah.
So, when you go to regional dialects, this is probably hard for you to understand because you're from the almighty epicenter of the universe, New York.
Oh yeah.
But in regional places, people have regional dialects that, they don't pronounce certain letters. So they're in the Northeast right now, or the Northeast, as we would say,
Yep. The
which,
ba.
which, as that my mom's side of the family is from. So they have a certain regional, like very specific dialect.
Yeah.
And as much as true out here in Kansas City, we have certain dialects as well. So
I never forget one time, it's funny how you hear prison stories and different conversations people have. But one guard was talking to an inmate, and some guards are more friendly than others. That's just how life is. And he was talking about intelligence, and he said about people with like Alabama accents and Southern accents. And this guy was saying, "Oh, people with Southern accents are stupid." He goes, "You think someone's stupid because they have an accent?" He goes, and he was breaking down like how some people, just because they're from Alabama or Texas or just down south, these guys are fucking have like whoever score a 4.0 GPA or something, or they have high honor rolls or masters, just because they speak with that slang or something, or that's where they're from, but they understand words and mathematics better than you do. It just
yeah.
don't get a misconception. Just because someone's from Boston talks like that right there, out in Vermont and or whatever, or like different parts of the country, your action doesn't determine your intelligence.
No, yeah, facts. No, when I worked at a movie theater before I joined the army, and I was alone, which they should never have done. I was alone out in the concession area, and we had been told, like, don't give refunds unless there's a technical problem with the movie or a air conditioner problem. Under no circumstances do we give them refunds, because that was happening way too much. It was South Florida, so I'm sure you can guess the demographic that came in during the day
Oh yeah.
in South Florida. So this old Jewish lady comes out. She's watching a movie called Waking Ned Divine, which is a comedy, 1997 comedy set in Ireland. And she comes out and she's like, I want to get a refund for this movie. And I said, what's the problem, ma'am? Was it air conditioned, or was it the movie start messing up? She goes, no, it's just that the way they talk was so stupid. I couldn't understand none of the ways they was talking in that movie. And I said, oh, and I looked at her little Star David necklace and I said, well, yeah, it's different dialects. I can't really give you just because you didn't think it was funny. I can't really give you a refund. Different dialects, different people. And she was like, well, I just didn't think it was funny. Why? What makes you think it's funny? What's a funny movie to you, sir? And I said, well, I don't know. Off the top of my head, Schindler's List was pretty hilarious.
Oh boy.
And she just walked out.
Fuck you. It's like, you piece of shit.
Yo, bastard.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we are on episode 2, us, because all 3 came out. We can't do all 3 in a row because we're busy men working. So we are on episode 2, trucking. So
Trucking.
You are controlling the stills, good sir, and that's our
okay.
Our friend
are we still is on the screen right now?
Right now we see Duffy. She has her phone. She got the accent there.
So after the previously on Reacher, which we had seen, which Reacher has gone gallivanting around the mansion, or whatever you want to call it, the estate, and found a hoop earring. He's relaying that message to Duffy. Duffy on the little Go phone, and she's obviously perturbed at the fact that he found an earring but did not find her CI, whose name I can't recall. He's giving her, the ins and outs of the situation, letting her know that there was, in fact, some sort of crawl space type dungeon cell, and someone was there, specifically her CI, but is not there now. He makes his way back to the mansion after getting off the phone with her, and realizes that even at this late hour, they have company. We jump over to or back, not over, but back to Duffy's area, but outside into the waiting room, living room, whatever you want to call it. The original bodyguard, which they are holding hostage to make it seem that Reacher had killed him during the melee, during the failed kidnapping, is being I guess they have him cuffed to a chair or something. And
he's bitching.
the junior agent is assigned babysitter duty during this time, and yeah, the dude's bitching about it.
Yeah, the junior agent is Beck.
His name is Beck?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought the bad guy's name was Beck.
Wait, Richard Beck. I thought it was Beck. I thought it was no, it's Beck.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry, it was friggin'. Actually, yeah, it was accurate. I read that wrong. Then I'm looking at the cast. Friggin' IMDb fucked me up. I think that's his son.
Okay.
So yeah, Beck is Anthony Michael Hall, and then his son's Beck.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay.
Crucial.
With the knowledge that she's just gotten from Reacher that they were in fact keeping Cecilia, or what was the CI's name? Doesn't matter.
It was Rosie, I think.
Rosie. Okay.
Yeah,
whatever.
You haven't seen her yet. That's why.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think she did name her though. Well, whatever. Yeah. She's with the information that Jack has given her, or Reacher has given her, that she was definitely there at some point. She comes in to kind of interrogate their hostage, who feigns ignorance, and she goes at him pretty hard, gives him the old Northeast fucking
I'll fucking kill you there.
I'll kill you, you motherfucker, you.
Tell me more.
Yeah, he pretends like, I don't know what you're talking about. You can't do anything to me. I'm a prisoner, yada yada yada. And she decides, no, that's not true, and wha-chow, gives him 5 across the eyes, so to speak. The partner comes in and tells her, we can't be doing this. If we just, if this guy, we're going to release him back into the wild after we've violated his rights, we definitely don't want him telling tall tales about how we beat the shit out of him and all this kind of stuff. And she's like, well, great clip there. I like Duffy. I'm really liking Duffy. Are you liking Duffy?
Oh, definitely. I think because people, I keep forgetting, what was the oh god, the chick he was fucking in season 2 with the big boobs.
You're putting me on the spot right now because I don't know, and I kind of should.
I know,
because I read the book twice and I've seen this show. Well, I really should know.
People definitely, I mean, and I'll admit too, the more we've talked about, the show, that in season 2 he was, I hate fucking modern terms like simping, calling him a fucking simp, but he definitely was being kind of an idiot compared to season 1 because of her. But now in this season, because he's not screwing his current chick Duffy, I feel like they're playing off each other, and like he's not being stupid as the same way he was in season 2, because he's not. Yeah, he's working. Like I said, he's working with her. The biggest problem with season 2 is he was too busy trying to get into her pants, and he was fawning over her. And this one, no, he's in this fucking mansion undercover. So this is an actual partner. He's not worrying about trying to sleep with her.
Yeah, I like how they've written Duffy as opposed to how she is in the book.
Okay.
So I'm very much whoever co-opt, because I'm gonna listen. This is a hot take, and I don't mean disrespect. However, Lee Child doesn't do dialogue very good. Okay, he doesn't. So whoever has polished up, and by next episode, I promise you, I'll find out who is doing the touch-ups on the dialogue for because when somebody writes a book, they don't necessarily do the TV show or the movie. You know that, right?
Yeah. No,
they have what's called they have like our friend Lance from the Outcast Creative. He does screenplay touch-ups, which it can either be one or two things. It's either an original screenplay that was written to be a movie, or like this, something that was a source material, like the things I review on Consider the Source, my other show. And they adapt it into, so it's called an adapted screenplay. So, whoever's doing the screenplay touch up and adapting the screenplay is doing a fucking bang up job, because she and her partners are a lot more interesting in this adaptation as they are than they are in the source material. So blast me, whatever. I get it. Source material people, the book is always better, people. Sorry, come at me, bro. That's my opinion. You have to just deal with it.
Laugh right there too. She right there. She threw a fucking book at him right in the face, like
Yeah. Yeah, she's like, just to make sure her point was across. So we're back at the mansion, and they bring in this other character, Angel. It's Angel, right?
Yeah, I did like one small because I'm watching it with you right now too. Like some dialogue there. The guy Cooper there, the bodyguard. He's like, man, you should put a leash in that bitch. Then the fat cop that looks over is like, call her that again.
Yeah, call her that again, and I'm gonna let her loose on you next time.
So I mean, just small things like that.
So we jump back over to the mansion, and so the arrival that was happening in the late hours was this guy Angel. Angel is basically one of their low-level goons who is trying to, I guess, ascend through the ranks and be, a bigger part of this criminal organization. His big thing is that he knows people. He's kind of like the character that Denzel plays, or at least not the whole character, but the persona that Denzel puts on in Two Guns, which is, hey, I know a guy. So that's basically his whole thing, is that he knows somebody who knows somebody that can get something done.
I know a guy who knows a guy.
I know a guy who knows a guy. Meanwhile, as he's coming inside, and the head of security guy is gonna, potentially tap Reacher to team up with this dude. Reacher's trying to, get back inside the house and, pull a fast one as if he had never left. Tension building. Duke is heading towards Reacher's room. Reacher's pulling a Ferris Bueller's Day Off, trying to get back into his room before mom and dad realizes he's been out partying.
And
again,
so I'm laughing right there because again, the dude's fucking like 275. I'm like, boy, look, like, that's some great foundation, because holy fuck.
They don't build them like that no more.
Okay. If he did this shit in my house, for half my goddamn wall would fucking crumble.
Right. Duke realizes that Reacher doesn't appear to be in his room. His window's open. So did he jump out? Did he escape? Yada, yada, yada. And Reacher just jumps out in his Speedo.
As you do,
As you do.
I mean, honestly, if I was built like that, I'd walk around naked all the fucking time.
I would never put on clothes if I looked like that. I would be like, I gotta get my taxes done. Let me just go. I'm just gonna get shit.
And like people said, say what they want about Alan Richardson. You can whatever, love him or hate him, but he flat out said, guys, I'm in my 40s now. He goes, yeah, I'm taking some HGH. He came out and said this shit. He's like, not that he's taking a lot, but he's taking some. Let's be honest, we are getting older, and men who are in their 40s don't produce testosterone like men in their 20s. That's life. And he goes, yeah, I've been taking some for season 2. I mean, I'm sure between season 2 and season 3, like season 1
there's nothing wrong with taking HGH. I took HGH when I was in the Army, and I joined the paratroopers.
I've heard fucking Joe Rogan talk about he takes fucking some shots now and then. And Joe Rogan,
if I could afford HGH, I would take it right now. Believe me.
Even Stallone's fucking taking it. So I'm just saying, like, because as big as he was in season 1, damn, for season 2, he got like what, 20 pounds? No,
I think
that's like 10.
Two things. One, that shit's expensive as fuck, and two, you have to have a hardcore training regimen, or else it just will turn to fat. So you have to really fucking get in there and get in the gym every now. Luckily, when I took it, I was a paratrooper, so I mean that kind of took care of itself. I was running 7 miles every single day and going to the gym every other day, and doing ruck marches and crazy shit. But I mean, if your exercise program is not on point, then you're putting rocket fuel in a fucking Honda Civic. You know what I mean? So
that's a great analogy.
Thanks. I came up with it all by myself. And like I said, it is I think it cost me like $3,000 for like one cycle. Man. Yeah, and that was back in 2009. So
yeah, man. I do my workouts on fucking alcohol and hate. So
I hear you.
I was bench pressing today, so but not like not Reacher. So.
And Reacher keeping up his cheeky bullshit, he just dude walks in there with a gun drawn. Reacher, no thanks, not interested.
I know. Get your ass a job for you. Yep, and he gets on his little cell phone there and talks to Duffy, and we got all right, gotta start moving here. This fucking guy, this guy Angel. And of course we get Reacher.
A lot happens in the first 9 or almost 9 minutes before we see the opening.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a complaint, but episode 1, we seen Reacher the title crawl 20 minutes in. This is 9 minutes in, so I kind of like it. It's not the same every episode.
On your toes, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's not the same title crawl like at the 20-minute mark, 9-minute mark. It just happens when it happens. So
yeah. So again, so now we've got Reacher with Angel, and they're off to go on a mission, a side quest. Reacher doesn't really know what's going on. Is this another loyalty test? Am I, are they fucking with me? Or, and this guy, Angel, is just kind of laissez-faire, but also strangely competent at what he does. Jimmy, I know a guy type of guy. And, I got more hook, maybe a little bit more full of himself than he really should be. But also, as we will see throughout this episode, he's pretty good at what he does, and I, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Lance always asks us with shows that we watch, who's your favorite side character? Like, who did you like best in this episode? This fucking guy just cracks me up because he revels in just being a goon. Like, he's just like very happy to be a goon for this organization.
And always Reacher just being himself, just his smart ass. How'd you get that name, Angel? He goes, "Oh, my grandma called me Angel, Dad." He goes, "After I won the most beautiful baby contest at the county fair." And Reacher looks at him like, "You won?" He's like, "Fuck." He's like, "Fuck you, man." Alan Ritchson, he's got that deadpan humor with Reacher.
He gets great. Yeah. I think it was, wasn't it Tyler, when we were still talking about season 1? Wasn't it Tyler Wolf that explained to us, or was it Russell? I can't remember. Someone told us that he used to do his original stuff. Like he learned improv was his first thing that he was doing back before he was like, obviously before he was Reacher, but before he was really anything, he had learned improv and comedy. And of course, we know he's in Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, definitely.
So he does have, but I mean, he knows how to do really good delivery and deadpan timing. So anyway, so we're at the whatchamacallit, oh my god, why is my brain cramping right now? The impound, thank you. So we're at the impound. Basically, Reacher gave the feds the heads up. Duffy and her partner go in, she flashes her badge, hey, I gotta go look at yada 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 car. The cop's like, of course, go ahead.
Remember, and what was the reason for this?
What was her reason that she said, or what is the reason that they're doing it?
Well, they're doing it for because Reacher told her that they threw a grenade in there, and if the car's too fucking clean, it's going to seem suspicious because there should be blood and guts and all fucking stained up. So, got to do something there.
Right. So she's got to figure out some kind of way to either get rid of the car or make it seem that the car that they're looking at is not the car. And of course, she runs into a problem. As you do at the impound lot, she's got another smashed up car that's in front of the car that she's got, so she can't get the car out of the way. So that's the dilemma. And of course, there's a time crunch because Reacher and Angel is on their way. Time now. Reacher's job. Let me slow him down.
By time. He's just I'm watching now too, just like
Reacher just goes to take a piss, ostensibly to take a piss, and then goes inside the place and just holding the carafe of coffee and the cup, much to the cashier's dismay. Why is this big monster of a man just staring at the wall?
What makes it creepy is just he's just like there's no movements. Like
no, he looks like a Terminator that glitched. So he just starts staring.
How he did that shit with a straight face? There had to be a couple takes. There's no way in fucking hell I couldn't have did it while busting out laughing. Like,
yeah. Angel comes in, what the fuck you doing, man? And the whole, like, I'm getting coffee.
Just getting coffee.
You just made me stop because you had to take a piss and you got to get a coffee. Again, I love his, Angel's. I really like him. I don't know why. I instantly was like, this is a dude that I could just hang out with because he's funny as shit.
Reacher looks away. I was thirsty.
Yeah, I was thirsty.
That's what it says.
So we're back to the impound lot, and despite her best efforts, she's only a 90-pound female. So
oh my god, you're telling me she can't like lift this car with one arm?
No.
Holy fuck, that's wow.
Physics exist in the world of Reacher.
In 2025, I assume she would just pick it up and just carry it away.
Can I quickly, without going off on a tangent, may I remind you that in 2022, in the peak of wokeness, girl boss era, when Reacher came out in February of 2022, there was an episode in which I don't know the circumstances, but I know that Deputy Roscoe went after one of the bad guys,
Yeah.
and Captain Detective Finley chastises her and says, and I'm paraphrasing, but basically says, "You're not 250 pounds, 6'5" Jack Reacher. You can't just take on a guy that's twice your size for no reason." And I remember like, wow, because I played that clip in the Critical Drinker group because people were calling Reacher woke, and I'm like, really?
Oh yeah, well that's what we even talk about. That's why we say, you know, we try our best not to pick sides and be unbiased because, and you said this to me, that some people were bitching about Finley. Oh, it's woke because there's a black guy. Motherfucker, number one, he was in the book from
He was in the book
for 30 years.
Yeah.
Number two, guys, and this is why we keep saying I try not saying we're left or right or up or down or black and white or yellow, whatever. But having a black dude or a gay person in 2025 doesn't make shit woke. I mean, come on. And that's why we say, you know, going extremes left or right, you're just as fucking bad. We definitely fight against woke stuff, but also you can't call something woke because you say we love Sarah Connor, Ellen Ripley, but then nowadays when a fucking chick picks up a gun, oh, it's fucking woke. But then Sarah Connor wasn't woke, you asshole. Come on.
Right. So, anywho, so now we've got shit, poor Duffy. She's trying her best.
She's trying, give her that, man.
She is trying her best to do whatever she can do here, and it ain't looking good. Like she is not making this happen in a manner in which it's like this car ain't going nowhere, and this plan is fucked. Her what is the partner's name? I'm sorry, I forget.
Yeah, because he's asking to help out. He's like, yeah, if you try, you got a fucking hernia. So
what is his name?
His name is I'm looking up. It's Guillermo Villanueva. I'm not.
For real?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say her Hispanic partner from now on. I'm not pronouncing that
because her name is Susan Duffy. Because I'm looking at the actually around Amazon, and his name is Guillermo Villanueva.
Holy shit! For real? All right. Well, Villalobos sees them coming and decides to kind of duck down. What is your thoughts on Angel's plan here? So his plan is basically this. It's the middle of the night. The impound lot is only guarded by, one officer who's either on one or two things. Either he's a rookie and he's never had an assignment before, and this is a bullshit assignment they put rookies on, which is true, or he's a he's a piece of shit and they put him on shit detail for a reason. So either way, he might be susceptible to not only their bullshit story, but also a bribe. And the bullshit story he comes up with is, I got a DUI. It is what it is. My girlfriend or my side piece left her panties in my fucking car, and my girlfriend's going to be the one to come down and retrieve the car. I can't have that. Can you hook a brother up type of thing? With the backup plan being, if the cop doesn't go for it, he's going to shoot the cop.
Yeah.
So my boy brought me here so see if we could get the stuff out of the car. And the cop's actually being pretty chill, to be honest. I think the reason he refuses is because he never saw the DE agent leave. So I think his assumption is that she's still back there, which is correct because she is. And he's not trying to get himself in trouble by, letting these two douchebags, go in the back and dick around with police evidence. Obviously they don't know this. Well, I mean, Reacher does, but it's not like he can say, hey, we can't go back there right now because this DE agent I'm working for is back there dicking around with the car. So, it's looking like Angel's probably going to shoot this guy because he's not accepting the bribe and he's not taking their bullshit story.
Yeah, I think, being persuasive is one thing, and because some guys can say, got a guy, get that and stuff, but I think this is still a state police officer, whether he's out of shape or not. You bribing him with a fucking wad of hundreds, that's probably where you fucked up.
Yeah, facts. Totally facts. So Reacher, as the guy's actually still being fucking cool, actually. Reacher fucking clocks and drops his ass. And he goes down like a sack of potatoes. And problem solved. And Angel gives a little pushback about it, but he's basically just like, hey, I just killed a cop already. I'm not trying to kill another one. Gets in there, covers for Duffy, because she had dropped the screwdriver while she was swapping out the plates on the vehicle. You know, he's covered. I like this. I clipped the scene for a reason. Reacher's not good at lying. He is not a good liar. Every time he lies, his face looks weird when he lies because he generally doesn't have to. Generally, he could just say whatever the fuck he wants whenever he wants. Now, whether or not that's through the course of an investigation when he was an MP major or you know, any other time, he'll be like, I'm gonna strangle you with that phone cord, or I'm gonna break your fucking face if you don't get out of my jail cell, or you know, I'm gonna fucking, you know, dance the Kumanatra on your head. You know, like he can basically just always tell the truth. This is one of the first times we're seeing him do actual undercover work.
Yeah.
And every time he lies, his face kind of gets this thing. Like, I don't know if this is on purpose or if this is just something Alan Richardson is improving or what the deal is, but he always just seems like when he lies. So his basic thing is like, the reason why the cars don't match is because they probably have the real car in some hazmat, you know, like, you know, evidence room looking for fibers, and you know, because it was a scene of a homicide and yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
So
because even when he's undercover, it's like he's still telling the truth. He still tells the truth, and he makes a way, he words it a certain way where it's like it's a certain point of view, but he'll say facts like, well, the guy did have an Uzi, or you know, I shot the back of the window, or I was there to sell vinyl records. He's not technically lying, so it's kind of funny.
No, it's there's a kernel of truth involved in it.
Yeah,
so you know,
and just been play off that.
And you know, Angel, whatever else his background is, he's just, you know, like, all right, well, Army cops should know that kind of.
And plus they do know he was an MP, so he knows his shit.
Yeah. I love that Angel is like happy that they like got this done, and he's just like, he's totally like, bro, like, yeah, man, we're cool. Like almost like he was gonna go to breakfast with Reacher and just chill out with him.
That's that male bonding.
Yeah. We committed this crime together, bro. Like, it's all good.
I mean, Angel's such a great character that we'll probably see in future episodes and help some long term.
Sure we will. Alert.
But as Reacher says, because I had this issue today, Reacher's like, all right, man, well, I gotta go to fucking bed, get some goddamn sleeping, man. You know, I'm tired, and we've all been, you've been there, and you know what? And it's something during the episode. Look, I don't give a shit if you are Jack Reacher. People get fucking tired. I don't care how much HGH or coffee or whatever you're taking. Eventually, the body shuts down. You can only go so long without fucking sleeping, man.
Yeah, no, facts. So Reacher thinks he's gonna go get some sleep. Fucking, you know, the dork from Pretty in Pink decides to come in and say, you know, what are you doing? You know, like, fucking sleeping. What do you think I'm doing? You know, it's like, you know, this is like the dark side of being a goon for a criminal in movies and things like that is going to be, you're going to have this guy that's, you know, you're not working a regular schedule, so to speak.
Yeah, when it was one small thing too, one of the maids there, she was like checking the room. He goes, hey, he's like, just let you know, I have nothing here, nothing to hide.
Yeah.
You know, she was checking the room. And again, he's not lying. He goes, well, about change of clothes. He goes, all the clothes I own, I'm wearing. And he's not lying.
What's your thoughts on that? Was she trying, it seemed like they were trying to make more significance out of that. Was she like offering to like fuck him or something? Or
no, I just took it as like, it's just more confirmation of like, you're always being watched. And that's the point. It's like she admitted she was going through her shit. Just to check if you had.
You want to discuss this next scene right here real quick?
Let's see. Skip for Ted. So Reacher said try and get some sleep. He can't. Bex, we need you to get down to the gym because the freaking number 2 there and the big bodybuilder guy. They're waiting to talk to Reacher, but he knocks on the fucking door and he wants to talk to his son. And boy, poor kid, just sitting there with his ear cut off and everything. But you know what? Beck is a piece of shit by all accounts and a criminal, but you know, everybody has it where the guy has a soft spot for his son. And a lot of people do, and a lot of gangsters and criminals, they, you know, they're fathers and stuff. And he's not a total fucking monster. He cares about his son, and he's just talking to his son about, you know, friggin' everything he goes through and stuff. And he goes, you know, if it wasn't for Reacher, fucking, I wouldn't have made it out, Dad, because, well, he doesn't know the fact that Reacher set this whole thing up. But he goes, you know, if Reacher wasn't there, he's like, I think about all the time. I wake up thinking about the next time that a third kidnapping happens, and like more like another chunk of my ear or something, or another part of me shipped back to you. And he's, you know, the kid, I mean, the fucked part is he's damn sure is a prisoner in his own fucking home.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
yeah,
I mean,
facts.
he's got all this damn money, but he's kind of still living in prison. He doesn't have real freedom. He doesn't really go anywhere. Come on, he's got no friends. He's got no girlfriend. He's probably still a fucking virgin. I mean, what does he got going for him and shit? They have all this money, and he's stuck living in a compound. Like,
I mean, yeah, I mean,
wow.
what a tough life, though. I mean, I'd be okay with
Oh
it.
yeah, I'm just saying. It's like the whole
Look at this fucking unit. Reacher goes down to the gym because he's told that's where Duke and Paulie are at,
yep.
and then they get a job for him.
And I'm watching it right now. I mean, he's okay. He's definitely those. I mean, well, I know this guy in real life. He's definitely. They said he's a professional bodybuilder. So I mean,
Sure.
I wouldn't say by any means those aren't fake weights. There's no fucking way. So
I mean, assuming that those are real, like let's assume for a second those are real.
Those are 45s.
Those are it looks like 3 45s on each side and then 2 35s on each side. I don't know how much that is, but it's a fucking lot.
Yeah, no, the one bar says 45. Yes, you got 45, so it's 90, 180, 270 just right there. And if you got 35s, be 70, that'll be 350, and 25s about fucking 400, and top of the bar is about 45. So probably about almost 500 pounds.
It's usually 35 to 45. So that's
I mean, that's where down my gyms. My gyms, because they always say, Chris, like the bar, if you put on 45 is 90, and the bar is 45, you're benching 135. That's like the standard. So I mean, I'm just assuming. I mean, so almost 500 pounds, and the guy's just like doing no fucking like 1, 2.
Which just to put it into perspective, I've been lifting since I was 16. I am 267 pounds. I am almost 6 foot, and I struggle to get 300 up once.
Yeah.
So just to give you an idea.
Christ.
Now, granted, I'm older, but at the same time, I still do lift every day, or at least every other day. But 300 once or twice with a spotter. Also, I will point out, is a struggle for me. So this fucking unit just basically, banking 500 pounds, like it's nothing. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
And good little exchange right here, because it's like, Reacher, how much you bench, but Reacher's not wrong though. He's like, benching doesn't matter. Why not? It's stupid. He's like, oh, that's because you're a pussy. Well, he's like, okay, here's a determination of strength, Bavarian arm wrestling. What's that? This was part of the season 2 promotional video, but but I can tell you what, this is a pretty good scene. I get probably damn sure Alan Richardson. I mean, that's just like that they're not faking that. This guy's damn sure still way stronger than him, but good way to fucking play it, man. Like he's fucking just like really going at him and stuff, and just let's go with his fucking hand.
This reminds me of a thing I used to do in prison, where we would go out into the rec area, and I would be like, hey, you want to learn? Because they'd be like, hey, we heard you used to box and do shit. And I'm like, yeah, you want to learn something? I'll teach you something really quick. And like, yeah, I'm like, all right, the way to learn how to punch correctly is not to hit hard, but hit precisely. So I want you to aim at my shoulder and hit me in the shoulder, but as lightly as you can, but still making contact. And so they would like do this thing where they aim it and just barely touch me, right? And I'm like, all right, cool, my turn. And then they would put their shoulder out, and I just fucking wail their shoulder, and I'd be like, you win.
Yeah. Hand slip. It's a I'll kill you. And it's one small detail, but hey, details matter. Right there. I'm glad you got the shot right there, because
I got that on purpose.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm glad because so far in the first 2 seasons, Reacher's always the biggest guy in the room. Simple as that. And he doesn't fucking. I mean, he does need weapons in a gunfight, but hand to hand, he's never a problem. And he's already fucking knows the fact. Okay, hand to hand, he's not winning this fucking fight against a son of a bitch. So right there. What's he fucking do? And as soon as he gets up, Reacher instantly just fucking goes down and grabs that shit. Okay, listen, and he's got the plate on his fucking hands, because he's not knocking this guy out in one hit. No fucking way.
No.
So
the job is bizarre. He's got to go drive a truck.
Look, motherfucker, I need coffee, man. I haven't slept yet. Jesus Christ.
Reacher and his coffee.
I mean, again, but at this point, how long has he been awake? Because for all night he was out there talking to
Yeah,
Duffy and
no,
doing
yeah.
that. So yeah,
He's not slept.
he's been
He's
up for a
not
good
slept yet.
26, 27 hours. That shit takes its toll on you, man.
They bring us back to the DEA prisoner hostage scene. They give him I'm assuming a breakfast burrito.
Oh yeah, sorry. And the younger guy's name is Stephen Elliott. He's the other DEA guy.
That's the actor's name or that's the character's name?
Oh, the character. Yeah, the character's Elliott, and
Okay.
John Cooper is a black bodyguard here. So
Got it. So Cooper, the hostage, is being fed by Elliot, the DEA agent. He said no fucking peppers, and of course, that's Duffy had decided to put peppers in it just to piss him off. Oops, my bad. I love this scene. I love.
I'm glad you kept that.
Yeah, I was like, what are you hauling at? Reacher manages to get a phone call out to them. Hey, they've got me doing this assignment. I'm driving this truck from point A to point B, yada, yada, yada. But we need to find out what's in this truck. Of course, her first thought is, what if it's my CEI? Her fucking body could be in there, whatever. The junior agent's just like, well, maybe it's not drugs. Maybe it's rugs. And then she gives him the whole, or it's a fox in a box and green eggs and fucking ham.
Yeah, because she's like, maybe it's rugs or drugs and rugs. And the way she says it, because you do the accent better than me. I'm bust out laughing.
It's a fox in a box and green eggs and fucking ham. Shut the fuck up, cocksucker. And then we get our first view of Neagley.
We knew she'd be in this season.
Now, well, this is as good a time as any to let you know that Neagley is only in 4 of the 30 Reacher stories, and Persuader, the novel in which this is based off, is not one of them. So this is Amazon shoehorning in Maria Sten, aka Frances Neagley, into the story for reasons which, I mean, if we're going to be charitable, I think we can say that maybe they, with it being a TV show and Reacher being a show that is very like a bunch of one-offs.
Yeah.
I think if you're being charitable, you could say that the reason they are doing it is so that the TV show can have some consistency. So that's me being charitable. And maybe that's still true, because 2 things can be true at once. But I think also they're kind of really fucking pushing this agenda with Maria Sten. And listen, I don't want it to come off that I don't like Maria Sten, and I certainly don't want it to come off that I don't like the character of Frances Neagley, because I really do. I love everything about Neagley, especially in the books, and I like the variation. I would have, if it was me, I think I said this either in our first season or second season rewatch. I would have picked Sarah Shahi, because Neagley is described as like very small but very dangerous and fast. Sort of, her ethnicity is not really known. Where, I mean, obviously in the show she's a tall mixed black chick. And that's it's fine. I don't have a problem with that per se. Her ethnicity is not, there's even jokes in the books where, Reacher's like, where are you from exactly? Are you Spanish? Like he doesn't even know, because her name doesn't give anything away. But the way she looks either Middle Eastern or Hispanic or something like that. And I think somebody like Sarah Shahi could have played that, because she's played both. And she is both. She's Hispanic and she's, Armenian. So I think that would have worked better. Whatever, it is what it is. And of course they're grooming her to have her own spinoff show. So of course she has to be in this, and of course Reacher's going to call her asking for help. I'm not super pleased with this scene. I do like how it plays out, because I think, it's, we get to see Neagley in her environment. She's a private investigator. She works for a corporation. Not all PIs are like me, where they have their own little office and they work for themselves. A lot of times PIs work for a corporate thing, and, there's nothing wrong with that. They take corporate jobs and they do, background checks and insurance frauds, things like that. They also get down and do other dirty stuff. But like I said, I don't have any interest, or, I don't have any problem with that. But I would have liked her not to have been shoehorned into this season. I think they could have taken a season off and like left her out of it. So as soon as this, I did kind of get a cringe vibe. I know it's supposed to make you feel good because you say, "Yay, it's Neagley," but that's not how I felt. How did you feel about Neagley popping up?
Well, like you said before in season one, you did say that you felt they would keep bringing her back because for most audience members, you want to have some kind of continuity
And I was
vibe.
right.
Yeah. But the thing is, because in terms of this though, he did call her because he needs her to run some information for him. But I did like the point that he said, it's I'm not sure, like you said, she's not in the entire season. I mean, sorry, you said the books, but as of right now, she does, hey, Reacher, I'll come, I'll help you. And he goes, I don't want you up this time. And she goes, what do you mean? He goes, this time I need you to stay back. So I'm not sure if she's just hinting for a cameo real quick or she'll be in more episodes. It's hard to tell. But as of right now, he tells you not to come. He doesn't want her help on this assignment. So
I think it's a foregone conclusion that she's going to pop back up.
yeah, we'll see. But I mean, well, they do play off well with each other as long as she doesn't take over the show.
No, I don't. I don't have a problem with that. And I wouldn't even have minded her showing up more than what she is in the books, but her in every single fucking season. I just it just seems very.
Like you're saying, in terms of TV show, I think it gives Reacher some, because most people may not like him just constantly changing cast members every season. So having her be the one constant come back, I guess for a TV show, it makes more sense than the books. The thing with the books is the books are just like random Reacher adventures, but for a TV show, you want to have some kind of continuity, and like Neely's his continuity.
She is, but at the same time, they've obviously put some real effort into these side characters, and not only the good ones, but the bad ones too. They put a lot of effort into these side characters that are in this. I don't know how you feel, but I like the entire DEA squad. Duffy, Villalobos, and the little dorky white kid. I like them.
Yeah.
I find them extremely enjoyable. And I even like the bad guy side characters. I think I think this is probably, so far for side characters, I think this is the best season.
Yeah.
With that, I don't think we needed Neagley.
I'm gonna check right now too. Time wise, means I'm skipping forward. So she has exactly. I mean, she doesn't. She has 90 seconds airtime. Also,
right now.
Well, I've been saying at a 247-minute episodes, 90 seconds airtime. I can't complain about it. So she's not.
If that's all there is, then I'm not going to have a problem with it. But I feel very strongly that she's going to pop back up.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to the truck. Enough of me bitching. Back to the truck, and so they've intercepted the truck. They know they're on a time clock. Duffy calls in a favor. She used to be in regular law enforcement before she was DEA. She's got a canine guy that she's friends with. Yep. He comes out with the dog. Really cool joke. It's Pfizer. Why do you call him Pfizer? Because drugs are his business.
Yeah, but again, I'm surprised they said that shit in 2025.
Yeah, good for them. Good for them.
It's almost like
and this is I like how this is like a legit rest stop, way station. Like you can tell that it is. You can see it's a legit rest stop.
Yeah.
Especially those of us who've traveled a lot. I guess I didn't get that many of the slides of that, but I mean the gist of that scene was they run it through and it's established that it's a loyalty test. There was nothing in the truck. They asked the question that they didn't want to ask, which was, was there so if there wasn't drugs or guns in there, was there a body in there? And Pfizer, the search dog, would have signaled if there was a body. So there was no body in there either. So the only thing that they could figure out is that it was a loyalty test to see if Reacher would actually take the truck from point A to point B.
Yep. Yeah. Also.
So now we are at the destination. Reacher's asking, what the fuck's going on? Blah, 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 playing the role. And, we've got Angel again. Not only at this point being hilarious, but also being really clever. And he starts kind of going off about, I looked into this, I looked into that. This doesn't make sense, because he seems like he's just a dumb goon, but he's actually pretty intelligent.
There was a little scenery here, because Reacher's driving with Duffy in a cab, And he does tell her that Beck's not the one in charge. I found that out. So Beck is working for somebody. Beck's
Good
not the
point.
boss.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't get. I'm sorry I didn't get that clip.
It's fine. But yeah, because like, so she did say, she's like, I've been checking out some different orders. What's going on? He's like, yeah, but I did notice that. It's like, who's the big boss? As of right now, Reacher's like, I don't know, but Beck, it's not Beck.
Right. Yeah. So we've established that much in episode 2. So yeah, Angel's going off about, this don't make sense. This isn't washing, yada, yada, yada. So smart enough to have figured this stuff out, not smart enough to realize that you probably don't want to say that to the guy that you suspect of being a turncoat who is 270 pounds and 6'5".
Yeah. But what's funny is like Reacher, everything he accused Reacher for, Reacher automatically he's got a rebuttal for. He does counter everything he's accusing him of.
Yeah. No, he does. Yeah. And then when Reacher realizes that it's an untenable situation, well, he does what he does best, which is takes his head and slams it into the desk. Unfortunately, the desk also had a document holder with a big old pin on it that I don't really see much anymore in most office spaces.
He pulled the Joker from the Dark Knight. Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna make this pinwheel disappear.
Yep.
Ta-da! R.I.P. Angel. You were gone too soon.
Now, watching again too, you look at Reacher's face after he did it. He looked over like, oh, fuck, man. Like he wasn't trying to kill him. He was actually trying to knock him out. Reacher's grabbed him so fast, he actually just bashed his head against the desk. But he didn't pay attention to the fact there's a big fucking metal spike hanging out, and just like, oh shit, I gotta hide the fucking body. God damn,
well.
Yeah. But it was kind of funny, those small things where, a dead body Reacher's size, as he's putting him under the fucking desk, you can hear the bones crunching and cracking. Yeah. God damn it. So get on your fucking bastard. Yeah. And then of course you have friggin' what's the name there? Duke's out there honking, fucking all right, stop honking already. What took you so long? He's like, well, Angel talks a lot.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. But yeah, that's episode 2 of Trucking. Huh?
All right.
Good episode. I mean, like, you see, Yumi, we don't have a rating system like other people, like 1s or 9s out of 10, shit like that, just how we overall felt about it. I know, like you said, I overall like it, especially Duffy. Something about Duffy, man, I'm liking her. But her whole little
I'm really liking Duffy. I'm really liking. Yeah. But you know what? I also I don't know if you want to hit that clip. I also liked Angel, and I'm sorry that unfortunately
up to him. Yes, and I stabbed him 37 times in the chest.
Oh, that kills people.
Oh.
That's Reacher explaining what happened to Angel.
Yeah. But and said small things. Obviously, at some point, Reacher will have him and the fucking big dude Paul. At some point, they're gonna fight. It's just obvious. But I do appreciate the fact that they're building up to that. And said, Ian Beck, he's not a total piece of shit father. He cares about his kid, and so there's a lot going on. And and Neagley, like you said, we'll see. I mean, we're up to episode 3 tomorrow, but we're 2 episodes in. Neagley has 90 seconds airtime, so I don't mind that right now. How much more airtime she'll get, but it's 8 episodes long. But I mean, she's not. So far, it's not really Neagley heavy right now. And we'll see what happens next.
Yeah, hopefully it's not. Hopefully that doesn't. I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, it's just that this delves itself. My expertise is the fact that I've read the books. So when they put in this rando element of Neagley, it becomes a thing where like I can no longer like rightfully guess what's going to happen in any given situation. And they are rewriting the series. They've done it with season 1, season 2, and they have done it so far in season 3. So there's no reason to suggest. I have heard it said in other people who have reviewed this and other people who've watched it, I've heard it said that they seem to purposely be these 3 episodes that they shot out there all at once, that they shotgun approached and put out all at once, that the 3 episodes kind of don't really give much of the plot away, almost purposely. What is your thoughts on that?
What do you mean? Like they're giving, like they're not.
So some people are like, it's kind of meandering and slow going in the first 3 episodes because even though a lot seems to happen, the plot doesn't really move forward, and those are the first 3 episodes that they just blasted at us all at once. So it's just, what I mean? Like, so it's just like they haven't, the plot hasn't moved very much forward. And I know we're going to do episode 3 tomorrow. So by the time you're watching this, this may have already been resolved. But that being said, what is your do you think that they just gave us these 3 episodes where nothing burger events happen and we kind of stall out the story, or do you think it's just like a slow burn?
I mean, it's in terms of action wise, I mean, obviously not a lot of action besides the opening from episode 1. But I mean, we already established what Reacher's there for. He has, I mean, it's good pace with the DEA characters. Duffy, we're established and said this world, like they're testing him first. The balls test by doing the friggin' gun to the head. Now the loyalty test. I mean, I'm still invested. I'm not bored. I mean, I see like this is, and we're getting small breadcrumbs of still, okay, Beck, okay, we established the fact that Beck isn't the head boss and there's something else going on there. So there's definitely ties to, and also Reacher's looking for somebody, whoever this mysterious Asian man is. So
the lieutenant colonel.
Something's going on with that. So you can't like blow your load in 2 episodes as well. So I mean, I think, I mean, so far I'm the pacing's fine with me.
Okay. So that's it so far. I don't want to, and listen, like I've said in the other book, excuse me, the other books, the other rewatches, yes, I've read the books, but due to the fact that they could conceivably change the story to fit the narrative, they have. So like if you were to ask me before we reviewed season 1, well, what happens at the end? I couldn't tell you with 100% accuracy, because even though I had read the book, they diverged from the source material enough that the information I would give you is not accurate. Season 2 even more so, because they diverged at the end a lot more of how the bad guys were dispatched of, and how it was resolved. So that being said, I have a working knowledge of the source material, but just because I do doesn't mean, so it's kind of like the people who are naysayers and predicting season 2 of The Last of Us, like, oh well, no one's gonna like it because yada yada gets killed at the very beginning of the second game. Well, they may not do it that way, so you may not know as much as you think you know. So I'm trying to keep that in mind, and there's been a lot of changes. Like I said, when we're done and we get into our season finale of this, if you want me to, I may give you like a whole bunch of book versus the show, like this was changed, this was not changed, yada yada yada. So I mean, that's something maybe you put a poll up, or you ask some people, or we figure it out. Like if you want to know what all the differences, there's a lot of differences so far. I'll tell you that much. So as far as the plot, so where it's going to go, I couldn't tell you with any 100% accuracy.
Cool. All right. I'll get have this edited by tonight, and then we'll get episode 3, and then they're going to a weekly basis after this. So so technically speaking, we have 5 more weeks to go, because it'll be
wow.
It flies by. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So
alrighty. So I guess we will see you tomorrow, Reacher fans. Details matter.
Oh yeah. Also, the outro, I have to add the outro later, because I found out with some reason the outro, it's like the audio's fucked up. So I did. So you won't see the outro right now, but I have to add the outro later. StreamYard's been weird. I don't know.
StreamYard, you raucous minx, you.
Like,
why are you always trying to
when I was fixing episode 1, I'm like, hey, you should do the outro, and I listened to it. Then I had to go back into my iMovie, because I add this stuff with the iMovie, and I had to add the outro to the iMovie. That was the one I shared with you and me, just came out. The audio was fucked up, so I'm like, I can fix it. I can fix it in post.
Going off on a tangent. That's weird you say that too, because when what's her name and I today did Hannibal, she tried to play my intro for Consider the Source to intro me into the show, and it wouldn't play. It would play, but all it showed was the first still, and it wouldn't play the music.
Wow. Yeah.
So right. StreamYard. Why are you on the bullshit, StreamYard?
Yeah, maybe because I'm not paying for it.
What's up with that?
I'm broke, man.
We still got the bird up in the corner because we're broke, yo. God, we're just blue collar. We're blue collar guys, yo. We're just trying to get by. That's all we're trying to do.
All right. Well, we'll be so tomorrow episode 3. All right.
Episode 3 tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get some guests with us.